Hello. Okay, another my thoughts. Terry asks, Terry says, what are my thoughts on the system that we are all expected to live by, i.e. the treadmill? Terry, my thoughts on that. The dictionary terminology of the system is government control of people's lives. Government control of people's lives. My thoughts on the system is it's disgusting. What's disgusting about it is that people have allowed that. And people live their lives within the system and then train their children up. Go to school, get a good job. Buy a house, buy a car. Buy lots of stuff. Die. But in the meantime, train your children up to live in the system exactly as required, you know. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I have to live slightly in the system. I've spent most of my life living out of the system. So what are my thoughts on the system? Well, my thoughts on the system are you can create your own system. It's hard, but you can create your own system. I've got my own set of guidelines, my own set of morals, my own laws within my head. I don't need to be told by some government body of how to live a decent life. You know, I don't need to be told that. I don't need to be governed by anybody, actually. Certainly not this government that we've got, or any of the last sort of 10 preceding bloody governments. Certainly not the Queen and their sort of paedophilic family. I don't need to be governed. I really don't, because I'm not a bad person. I know that I'm not a bad person. I live a good life, a reasonable life. I give a lot back to decent people. So I've created my own system, and years ago I went about creating my own job, which was teaching and also working in mental health and psychology, you know, and counselling, and it went on and on and on. I struggled to do all that, but I did it all because I knew financially I'd be rewarded, you know, very well. And it worked out, very well. But I started my life as a normal kid in my village. I worked in a warehouse because that was what was expected. I was a dustman. I even worked for bloody Tesco's. I worked down the farm. I did a lot of menial sort of jobs. I'm not a job snob, never been a job snob, never will. I will do whatever it takes to earn a few quid, you know. But I wasn't happy doing the 9 to 5, doing the 40-hour week, really bowing down to the man sort of thing, you know, really living within the system. That didn't work for me at all. And I got to 21 and I thought, I need to create my own system. There needs to be a system. There needs to be a system to me as a set of guidelines and principles and things that govern your life a little bit, you know. So you don't need a government to govern your life. You just need something, and that something normally is yourself. People like to go to work, I think, because people get used to it, don't they? Used to this sort of 9 to 5, used to this 40-hour a week, used to listening to somebody tell them what to do, used to feeling like they're worthy. And of course you're not. If you go to work for an employer, you're not. You're making them rich, but you're certainly not doing anything for yourself. I want to check my suddenly I had a thought then that my mic wasn't on. So Terry, what are my thoughts on the system? I think the system is something that we all create, or if not, actually I think the system is created, but we all keep it there, keep it bubbling along, you know, by doing all what I said, you know, by voting, by flag waving at the Queen, by voting the government in, by going to work 40 hours a week, by having a huge mortgage, by having just that one holiday per year, by being taxed the way we are, by being treated the way we are, by accepting new laws just like, oh, okay, that's fine, you know, without questioning anything. We just live our dull life. And we're all culpable, all of us, you know, and the way to live, I think, is to step out of the system. And people say, oh, that's impossible. Well, it's not. I know people that are out of the system, they're totally out of the system. The government don't know where they are, what they're doing or anything, and they've got a good and a happy life, and they've stepped well out of the system, well out of it. Never have they paid tax. You know, never have they needed this system to hold them up. Never. So that's what I think about the system. I think it's bullshit. And I think we swallow it. We get told it at school. We get trained to be part of this sausage factory at school. Be a good citizen. And then you go home and say, Mum, I got whatever in an exam. Oh, good. Make sure you do better next time. Mum, I got 9 out of 10 sums. Good. Try harder. Get 10 out of 10. Be top of the class. Why? Why do you need to be top of the class? You don't. You don't need to prove your intellect to anybody, certainly not to a teacher whose training has come from some old book and manual. They got no qualities about them that could teach you about life, living. None. So my thoughts about the system, if you can step out of it, even only slightly, then do it. Thanks, Terry. Interesting little topic that was. Any more thoughts, my thoughts, let me know, and I'll see if I can cover them. I'm really enjoying doing this. I think this is the 5th one, isn't it? Something like that. 4th one, 5th one, who knows? And hopefully my camera battery will last. I'm going to take it out and charge it up now. Otherwise I should be worrying about it. Thanks, Terry. Thank you, everybody. And I'll be back when I'm back. Be well. Cheers. Ta-ra then.